Amid with the Eternal Fire project, there's something so cool about it. Like this was, you know, you'll remember back in the Space Soldiers days, this was kind of like the dream of having these guys together.
Yeah, we wanted Voxix and Tars, Calix. We wanted that trio together.
That trio, right?
It only took 6 years.
Yeah, it only took 6 years. Yeah, a little while.
A little too long, too late even. But we got them.
Dark Passage or whatever their name was.
Oh my God!
Soaking up Woxic for all that time.
Never forget what Mini could have been. Oh, he saw him. Norbert getting Norby on this B-bomb site. James got the info passed over, and they're going to go hunt this kill. It's a very important kill here for VP. It will stop Eternal Fire from late lurking this site, and Norbert gets the clear.
It's a lot of information as well.
Back to A.
He's realized the whole stairs case is clear, so that's why you see all these cities coming onto the A side, and I think they'll beat them to the punch. EF have to be very, very careful and disciplined with the protocols to get the site.
Double site smoke as well. Eternal Fire trying to plant. VP want to fight for it. They missed the smoke. They threw it from spawn. They missed it.
But this is fine. This is a little like... Well, hang on. Bomb's coming back now that they've got all this room. Okay, no, this actually is kind of awkward, kind of weird. Wicadia is stuck fighting here. Has tapped Flit out of the round. But if he falls, that bomb doesn't have the safety to rotate into, and so instead it's like they're taking the site again for the first time. Calix will have one to the tally, a 2v2, damage done the way of VP. This looks like a good spot for Eternal Fire, but they lose Woxic, and now it is just left to one man. Tap on the bomb again, but no peek, no fight given. Alex has got to tap once more. That throws them out into the open, but he's not going to get any more fights now, and he's walked right past Norbert. So a done deal on the pistol. It's VP to pick it up.
Big play for Norbert to actually get behind boxes without getting spotted. And even though it wasn't the intention, missed smoke thrown from T-spawn on A site, it almost helped Eternal Fire out. They were willing to take all the fights. It's until VP slow it down and try and play together that round comes through for them.
I was a little confused because when they first threw the util out on A, Calix was like the whole time outside of B, down towards the stairs, waiting outside of the B site with the bomb. And then he left early to go rejoin the rest of the guys over towards A. But at that point, it was already like some weird skirmishy, just Wicadia left inside of a bomb site that has everyone on it.
It felt like they changed their minds a couple times.
They changed the plan a few times, and maybe faster than anyone was ready for.
Indeed. Full eco round now. Always a pleasure to play with all of these Glocks only. It's just a feel-good moment in the game.
Getting farmed.
If you really want to get technical, you try and find a rifle to whom you're going to give that money. Instead of an MP9, instead of making bank for the opponent, you try to find a rifle so you can offer your life to. It's not that easy. You see here, Norbert with the MP9, he's trying to farm that cash. He could be a little bit more aggressive, I guess.
Reboosting.
Here he goes.
They've just seen this. Norbert, of course, is ready.
If anyone was curious, by the way, Norbert did buy an M4 at the start of the round and just immediately dropped it over to Flit.
Yeah.
You guys made me laugh so much. I laughed so much yesterday with the whole Norbert trying to have an AK, finally having one, having to drop it mid-round. I could not hold it.
Dude, that was funny how like he just had to go give it back to him. Like, okay, I played
time is up. It's been 15 seconds. Give it back. Give it back now.
Never mind. You got to own it. You got to earn it, rather. Sanji never graduated, and so now Norbert is in the same classes. But this should just be a clean one. Mid doesn't want to fall in mid. VP, they're real stingy with the money. They care about it a lot, so they will keep this round as a nice 5 alive round with the SMGs picking up all the kills.
And as we had the camera on Mir, I feel like he has to be a topic of conversation for VP, and for more than one account, of more than one factor. First of all, we know he's been away from the top Counter-Strike for quite a while. He had a little bit of a break. You'd read in interviews from Norbert that he has to get acclimated again to the top, and I agree with that. But Loki, he has a whole lot of experience. Not only is he older than the rest of the team on average, but he's played here with the Vegas run on with the Spirits out there. I think he's a player that can turn into something even greater at the time, and we'll see how long it takes for VP to kind of unlock that kind of aggression.
It's quite an interesting change because VP for a moment went for the younger generation, right? They pick up Chiron, they try and get a young talent who has potential, has great aim, but difficult to work with perhaps, and then it doesn't work, so they go the opposite route. They get a veteran who, you know, is trying to rewrite his story, so to say. I think that's an interesting change for VP. A lot of work for Jame. to acclimatize a new player to the system. But yeah, other than a few little mistakes in game for Mir, I think individually he's looked red hot.
It's also a really great appeal in terms of aggression that VP is adding to the tally with the likes of Mir, because now you have Flit and Mir who love to fight. They'll always be at the tip of the spear. You can always send them, and then you have other players who are more reactive. And I think this is why the recipe could work, and now we have to see how they can handle that. James Moore can handle with the MP9. He's spot a couple of players, but the rotations are yet to come.
Buying every second he can. He's got a smoke dropped back over and a re-molly for Gap. They climb up. 40 seconds and good utility for VP. They can really stall this one out. Molly has to come first. They don't want them to commit with those smokes, but they will on the ramp side. Missed shot for Flint, and Jame gets hung out to dry as a result. That goes about as bad as it could have for VP, considering they had a good amount of utility. Molly, both of them fail on the smoke and VP save.
I'm kind of intrigued by how surprised VP were by that situation, because just by process of elimination, no other part of the map was really under any kind of pressure. I mean, B stairs were taken just a little bit. You had that double nade onto Fame, but that's it. There was no other wave of utility being taken. The mid timing was an ever challenge. I think Mir had all he could do. So the damage they did onto Fame triggered a second player towards B, and I think they got a little curious, but it should have been a logical deduction that A was going to be the point of attack, and they get caught off guard. It's a great opening from Major as well. I'd say Major, I'm so used. That is the hardest part for me.
You can say what you want.
When there is a player that I've known prior to my English-speaking career, and I've been so used to name a player, Major, Zivu, whatever.
I think you should call him
it's harder to come back.
What you call him, which is probably his name.
Well,
yeah, call him by his in-game name. Yeah.
There we go. Major.
Major. I don't know if I will. It's too ingrained now. It's hard to go back.
Yeah, it really is.
But you literally know him on a first-name basis.
I do know him very well.
It's a very different story, isn't it?
See, Harry, are you surfing over there? I see you surfing.
I don't know.
Harry, this is non-stop, the whole series. He'll do this. It's impressive.
Sort of is.
Digital pacing.
Yeah, it really is. Harry can't stand still. He can't sit down. He must walk. He
literally
must move.
And digitally.
He couldn't play on VP. I'll say that.
No, I literally couldn't.
You could be the Mir or the Flit of VP.
No, I could be like another R inferior. That's really where that's where I'm at, you know? Everything's got to be moving all the time, or else I'm not happy.
Interesting nades. Not seen this one before. Lining up a little dunk. Slamming it. Not going to do too much. That's default as well. Okay, Xantares just spams out Flit, and now Gap is controlled by Eternal Fire. Jame doesn't realize he's wide, but he gets a second chance at life. Jame awakes from his cave and allows the bomb plant. VP, do they want to retake? Probably not.
It'll be complicated. There's not a whole lot of util as well. There's like 2 smokes and a molly, 3 smokes actually and a molly, but the 5v4, and there's no current flank in position. So if you're VP, meme aside, it's a very complicated situation to get back into. You have an AWP as well. You don't want to risk it. It's interesting that VP aren't trying to get any kind of damage early on or info deep into A ramp at all. They're just very happy to leave EF, take that control, take Gap as well. The kill comes through the smoke because Xantares is already up there. So if they're going to be so passive and welcoming, they have to have strong protocol to retake or be careful, because EF is getting what they need. Map control and kill before they execute.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's kind of the scary thing right now. The VP have struggled too much at like getting away with much in these early fights, and so the ramp space has always felt there for Eternal Fire. And like you say, you know, once they kind of get this like staging platform to run the exec, to actually get in, they're in the 5v4, you're really hinging it on like having a smoke spam go your way, or like util to complicate matters. But as you already pointed out, VP didn't have anything to make it weird with the bomb plant. So yeah, this is a really good start for Eternal Fire to have immediately found success once the rifles have come out. They've already got VP in a bit of a weird spot, forcing another save down the pipeline.
I'd say for now, Eternal Fire is getting away with not investing a lot for a whole lot of real estate early on. And this is the perfect trade if you're the IGL on the T side of Vertigo. You're being gifted all that space without having to commit too much noise or mollies or smokes. And then once you get there, you have the time with you and you have the util to exec. So VP have to be just a little bit more disruptive, force EF to make their intention clear and obvious so that the reaction can be on time, which hasn't been the case so far.
It's just, you know, Eternal Fire need to stave off from being aggressive in post-spawns, right? This is a team with a lot of energy, a lot of aggressive players, and, you know, if you go hunting, VP will hang around and get that late retake. Flit jumps through the gap smoke. That is insanity, and he gets away with the kill.
And he's the man we were talking about. This is your Flit, this is your Mir, these are the people that you're going to throw in there. I've always respected the identity, the philosophy that VP have, but it cannot be to that extreme. You have to have someone kind of breaking the mold here and there, be a bit more aggressive, be in your face, 5v4 situation, and we'll have to see if they can handle it from well. They still give a whole lot of map control off of it.
Well, yeah, now they can give the site and maybe even play the advantage retake here on VP. James hanging around for one more kill while they gamble elsewhere, but this is going to be an A attack. Have nades again being lined up. This must be off of some demo. They're nading default, but that's, you know, who's playing there? Expecting the AWP up close, perhaps. Jame will now take that position. He knows it's been cleared in Eternal Fire's mind, and so he looks for a new angle, a new fight. And his whole team are here as well. 3 players, a 4th moving over. VP with the right read, playing for a round now.
And they're playing ahead of where this, you know, would-be smoke exec would look to cut off, and that's a real difference here. In the last few, VP have given a fair amount of respect to this smoke exec over towards A. They don't feel compelled to do that in the 5v4. Already you've got Mir up over the boxes, Jame on this close angle. Wicadia takes out his teammate. And one of the VP guys, the kills go either which way, but Santarez on the smoke push brings it down to a 1v2. Tagged crossing. Flit coming in on a backstab here. This is a very crazy reposition for a guy that was last spotted fighting you from short. The last thing you expect is him coming up through the back line. And so Flick gets that one for free.
Yeah, he delayed that so long. VP even had the 4-man stack. He just held the back and made sure Eternal Fire couldn't rotate out of ramp. VP knew there were numbers on ramp, and yeah, they just gamble stack it perfectly. Good shooting. Bit of a TK in there. This was a crazy opening kill.
Yeah, Woxy being caught off guard. This could not be more different than the first few rounds we've seen. This time you have VP being a little bit more aggressive. They puncture quickly, get a kill, fall back. What do they do during the 5v4? They reclaim mid control. They go, they get a little bit curious, a bit attentive to what's happening. And once they realize, well, it's got to be A, you have 4 defenders, and EF are the ones fighting against the clock. 20-second execute, even if they find kills, they can't be converted. Now also EF changing pace as well. The pop flash for Fame is perfect. Norbert, the teammates in the resume, I can flash for you too. Not only drop, I'll flash for you.
That was sick, and Calyx had the perfect routing, the perfect crosshair placement. He knew what was up, but still going to get dunked by the flash peak. Fame has Molly as well, ready to stop a rush. Eternal Fire, the pace sucked out of this rifle round. Got a bait and switch here. Flit looking deep down through that pixel gap on a right side walk, left side covered by the AWP. And even the sandbags one way.
At least that smoke makes it clear for EF that there's a danger. I thought they might have been conditioned to just walk into the angle because of how little VP had played these off sort of middle of the map gray areas. That smoke is a huge tell. Your Eternal Fire, you have to respect it, you have to be careful, and that's why we see all of these spams. We see Woxic holding towards gap. They're respecting it, but it's also gaining time. It's 50 seconds and they're just barely walking up ramp.
Yeah, they've still got this top ramp control now thanks to Wicadia just walking it on the back of the spam. The nades are going to go out and over again, but once more don't find the thing for Eternal Fire. James ready for this fight up through short. Eternal Fire lob out their full exec now. The util traps Jame in. They've got him right here on this corner, and Santarez learns about him the hard way. Up close on the clear. James even able to put up a little bit more. Another from Jame on the backstab. Mir knocks out the last man. VP, these A-holds have gotten a lot more convincing all of a sudden.
What do you think these nades are, Matthew? Because they keep dunking them on default, but Yeah, I imagine Jame, even if he has played there previously, he's seen that already. He's probably not going to go there again.
Yeah, probably. Funnily enough, I feel like the round prior to this, where we had that 4-man stack, we had players in that area. So maybe it's some preparation work being done by Internal Fire, knowing that if a stack on A side is coming, they have a tendency to add this additional player towards Crane.
Well, in that round, they did the nade stack, and then Jame moved into that position with the AWP.
The thing that was funny about that, though, is even as he walked into it, he was kind of like looking around, almost feeling like, yeah, this is weird. Like almost as though he was looking at it like, why do they keep nading this?
It's
like,
not a traditional position. It's literally on the bomb plant. Like it's not.
Well, they have sometimes rifles who are standing
like
top of the bomb side, just waiting for that.
But the nade's too low, right? That's going to be like a 30 damage double nade.
Yeah. I don't really know, but definitely.
I have nothing for you.
I know that Eternal Fire, I've seen them hit like good nade stacks in games. I remember them doing it back at the RMR. Like for Paris, they're a team that like to prep double nades for certain positions. So maybe they got some. They're throwing these ones towards B as well. They're a little more common on Tetris, and Norbert's been all over B. But yeah, there's some prep at least. There's some homework here for Eternal Fire. You need it against BP. Nice flick off of the captain. But this is only pistols. It's not meant to be.
Dude, I feel like Woxig's learning the hard way. It's annoying to warp versus this VP squad. 0-6 to start off. Jame waiting for even more here. Just going to go through the motions. Every shot he fires, he can pull back a little bit more. Play the range game on the AWP. Eternal Fire are trying to give chase, but there's 20 seconds left here as they push up the ramp.
Oh no!
They crossed the smoke. Ready for Wicadia, pushed up through the smoke. And so this one could get weird. Mir trying to hold the line. The bomb's going down over towards B in the meantime. VP are at least going to be able to piece this one together right about now, but this is not ideal. They're going to be late to this 3v3 retake.
But they should go quick. They know there's only one player here right now. They should take that space immediately before Eternal Fire have grouped up. Norbert's doing so. Team Flash is a problem. We're going to have the boost on the headshot angle, but they keep messing it up. Calyx goes over the top. He needs a kill on the cross here. VP trying to get space back in this round. Calyx finds his headshot. Nice trade for Fame. And smoke on the bomb. They can stick this. 2 kits. Major on the clock. He will fall. And the spam does. No! Oh, it does! Deagle out! He's sticking it. He's leaving it down to Chance. And Xantar is out of ammo. No. It's not meant to be. VP win the round. Just about.
Oh, devastating for Eternal Fire. The amount of right decisions they made to get to that point.
Yeah.
Starts with Wicadia crossing the smoke straight onto Gap. He finds Jame. That's a risk taking in eco. I appreciate that. Major as well with the bomb, realizing, hold on a second, I'm out of position. I can't really catch up with the guy, so I'm going to go towards the B side. The little boost that comes in from Calyx with the silencer, that's a good idea as well. And then Xantaris is probably literally 2 millimeters away from his target with the deagle. Oh, I can look at the tracers.
Yeah, that is mad. Oh, that one like grazed his nose, man.
Oh, that hurts.
That is crazy.
You can write it off as a good eco.
Also, I gotta say, the other thing that was cool, because you were dead on, as that 3v3 started, the best choice of VP was to go fast into the 3v1, right? But that put VP in like a situation that not many teams actually do put them in, which is kind of taking them out of the very methodical and put together retakes that this team likes, and forcing them to have to go for something that is a little bit scrappier, that is a little bit faster. I've not really seen a team be able to force VP to do that.
Can you imagine the comms? Jamie's like, guys, go fast. And like,
yeah, I know. Everyone's looking back at him like,
what do you mean?
Did he just, am I hearing this right? But yeah, no, they actually kind of had them panicking there, had them on the ropes for a moment.
Change of pace.
But this is VP now making some moves of their own.
I love that layered peak.
That is a huge commit as well. That's 2 CTs silently taking charge of the B stairs base. That's a whole lot of commitment from the CT side.
Do you think they flank? It is getting curious. Oh my.
Are they getting just a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for, too ambitious with the look for information? They've already had B stairs now. Mir's pushing mid.
Well, now you know it's A.
Game of chess, it has to be A.
No doubt about it for VP. They can try and block. Putting a one-way down on ramp is great timing. It's not a great smoke, but it will do its job. Eternal Fire don't want to swing with that up, and that just gives time for this flank to close in Mir. He's not activating yet. He's making them commit into the stack. He'll play late. He'll play retake. Eternal Fire don't know what they're going into.
Major first man in, first to fall. Norbert and Flip play this crossfire, and it just devastates them. Eternal Fire are locked out. Woxic 0-6, looking for his first kill in this game. The nades rain in, and Mir even swings up after the fact and nails that shot.
Mir looks sick,
6-2.
Mir's aim is so good. He is a titan.
That was like the most exciting thing, really, I think, about getting him back into the fold, is that he always was a real talent. Like, back on that Spirit Squad Evolve, man, he was very much like the guy who would try to haul that team through.
He also plays it perfectly, right? When you have that amount of information, like we used to have a term, we'd say anchor, like how a ship is anchored somewhere, where you're basically not pushing the envelope, you're just making sure no one can go further away. No one can go back. You're containing them, you wait for the push to actually sort of activate, and then you come in from behind. But can you imagine if you're Eternal Fire, your first line of fight is Norbert on the A side. You know you've been checkmate.
Yeah.
That's it. Your B anchor with the rifle is in front of you. That's it. Round is over. And I don't think they can afford to play that slow, concentrated rather on A side of the map. I don't know if it's preparation, I don't know if they're trying to call VP's bluff, knowing that VP likes to play passive, not looking for information. You can't play just 5 Ts towards A slowly. The rest of the map will get eaten away, and that's exactly what VP did in that round, number 8.
Let's see if these smokes land now for Eternal Fire, because we've seen the missed lineups from spawn.
You're a little triggered by the utility.
I'm not triggered, but you know, I think missing smokes at Tier 1 CS is kind of unforgivable.
Not the best.
Yeah. You know, do it once, sure, but don't do it again. And so Calix, lobbing some lineups, we'll find out how they look. Maybe they get blocked. No, they look pretty...
Oh, one of them did get blocked.
I got blocked.
They got blocked.
Forgive it. Flip won't. He won't forgive. He won't forget. But they do respond through the smoke. Jay might go for that gun. You've got nades on default. It's too late. Eternal Fire, get out. This is a great position to be in right now. Xantares, can he win the round? Been asked this many times.
Oh,
triple
boost him.
Go on,
all right,
lad.
Been a little while since he's seen it, but here it is, thrown in. At just the right moment, there was a golden opportunity for Xantares there.
They're on it.
Damage on the
They're on
spam,
it.
but the
No.
defuse is being held. The straight up stick, the commit is in for Virtus.pro.
Sick. And Norbert swinging there is the reason they win. Xantares was about to spam. The only reason he doesn't spam is Norbert's wide. He has to adjust his aim. That's a second's difference between Xantares getting that player off the bomb and winning the round.
Dude, Norbert's actually goated for real.
Norbert is a team player. That's all I'm learning.
That's a very big conclusion right there after this round.
Excuse me, Maniac? You want to talk about a major winner like that? That's a major winner.
I do like Norbert, but
that's a major winner, Maniac.
After this round, like, okay, I guess.
Norbert goated for real.
You know, he has been. Yeah,
no, but genuinely, man, he's actually having a really good day in the office.
He might be a top 10 player.
He might be the best in the world. Actually.
He might be.
Yeah, maybe
this round right here. I don't know. I think this
he swung and died.
Yeah,
he's the epitome of perfection. That's what it is to me.
Would Zywoo have swung? So Apex
probably slightly above.
Probably not, right?
But to be fair, like I do appreciate the triple boost that you were mentioning, because Eternal Fire has no util to play with. It's a 4 versus 4. They have one AK-47, a bunch of augmented pistols, and they have nothing else. No flash, no Molotov, so they have to come up with an ID. They have to be creative. Xantares takes charge with the AK. Unfortunately, cannot confirm the kill, but that was an idea. At least they didn't wait for the clutch to come their way.
I want to try and look for, yeah, I didn't mean to hit it twice. Here's Jame in middle again. Right, take a look at this. Mir nails him. 1 kill, 2 kills. Any more for Mir? You can see it in the headlines now. A miracle for VP.
Nice.
I love it. I love it.
TV can hold on to that one. Run with it. Go. Take that headline. Use it however you want.
Yeah. It's all about Mir.
That's all I need.
This is not a fun game for Eternal Fire right now. It never is fun against VP. But, yeah. They're going to try. That's all you can do.
And Jame also has sort of changed the way he's playing the A side now compared to the first few rounds that we criticized. Now he's got a much deeper line of vision. It's 47 seconds. That's an easy kill right there. EF cannot get away with these dry swings when there's an AWP against you. Where is Zentara? Zentara is 15 meter behind Major, so it's pretty much all onto him, finding an opening. VP have left the A side, but the rotation's coming right now.
Oh, damn!
Pick. The GOAT is down.
Turn from Major. The GOAT's dead.
Oh.
But Jame is here to knock him out. Wait, that was what?
Is that really a
Was that a no-scope? That didn't look like a... Can we pull that one back up, production?
We need
that
the
did not
real
look like a
slow-mo on that. Like, the slowest mo you got. And I'm not talking about Jason. Don't go bringing him out here. All right? Let's go.
I don't understand what I just saw. There's the first.
Okay.
All right. All right.
That's definitely a scope.
That is a scope.
That's a scope.
We've been lied to.
As hell.
We've been lied to.
I'm lost. I'm lost.
Now, he could have unscoped as he shot.
I might just sue Valve out of this.
Do you think he like double-clicked out of it, but it just didn't register?
Well, you think if you're sort of in between first scope, second scope, it would technically for half a millisecond count as a no scope?
I was thinking more like, what if he like...
now we're getting into deep astronomy, really. Like
deep astronomy.
Quantum physics time, you know, just breaking the barrier.
Jame is a bit of a Leo, whatever that means.
That segment tilted me so much.
Don't worry, there's been a few of them. Oh, he saw him. Woxic, has he killed Jame yet? I don't think so. I'm going to go with no.
Well, he has one kill, so I'm going to throw out there on the dartboard a big resounding no.
Let's see. Oh, Orb fires off on the jump spot.
Honestly, I think if you're Woxic, you're glad you got to shoot the gun at this point. Like, that's kind of the game that you're having. Come on, Woxic, let's go. It was never going to be easy. VP are the most annoying team in the world to try and AWP against, I swear. Even now, as he walks up ramp. Guy scoped in like a cyclops.
And he's dead.
Wicadia has been spammed.
Oh, nice. Boost. Throwing everything at ramp right now. Molly, nade.
The counter timing on the boost is a good one. I don't think they're going to be careful to that. I would be surprised to see if they grab an easy kill. Oh, no, they're not looking at it. They're not looking at it.
They're all dead. Oh, what a check.
Wicadia. He gets his revenge. They spammed him down to 22, but they didn't finish the job. And so he's allowed to double up. As he will have his revenge, a tag from Woxic, and honestly, that tag I think has just won them the round. If the 5v3 didn't already, the fact that Jame is wounded, now you do go save that AWP.
If I had to pick the round winner, it would be the double entry for me.
Come on, man! I'm trying to give Woxic something to hold on to.
Is the tag.
Close second.
Close second. Not quite.
Egg on my face. I really thought this boost would come. I thought that Eternal Fire would be higher up on the ramp as the boost was happening, because I feel like whenever you're ramping up, there's a moment where you're very focused on it, and then you pass a point and you don't forget about it. You're like, okay, that's it. The risk is behind us. So the timing of the boost is what really matters. Here, Wicadia is definitely ready. And he's kind of the one putting up his best effort, his best foot forward as well. I was talking to Major ahead of this event, and he was telling me how he is giving a whole lot of versatile roles to this young man because he thinks he's got a huge potential. His only question was, how is he going to handle the studio environment, the LAN environment? Is there pressure going to come in? So far, so good. I'd say he's been able to take a couple of risks here. He's very thorough. Immediate control of the spray down to put Mir as well. And he's cleaning the map, so that's kind of cool.
Crisp.
Does it count on littering, or is it cleaning up the map? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing. Throwing things off tall buildings is generally a bad thing.
If a traffic cone falls 50 stories, does it kill someone if it hits them on the ground?
It probably picks up a ton of velocity.
I reckon so too, right?
And that's why in this segment,
it's terminal velocity for someone. So here we are. Woxic back out again with the big AW roaming over at ramp, but he decides he wants nothing to do with it. Eternal Fire are looking towards greener pastures over at this B side of the map.
Oh, Fame just committed. Norbert's coming, so at least he'll be supported. But this could go very wrong. Norbert with a kill. Are they ready for Fame? Wicadia looks like he wants to check this one out. They flash for him. Fame dodges it, and there's still a 3-on-3. Zentara's making it happen. Eternal Fire can slow down here. They've thinned the herd. They've spread the VP apart. Where will the gap be? Jame Orps be. And Mir remains on headshot. Calix wants to lurk out mid while they go for an A attack. He'll play late. And that's as VP group up on the A side, so they even may re-aggress with the 2 rifles in position, try and get that info early. Luckily enough, Calix is grouping with Eternal Fire. They are favored in numbers, but when has that ever stopped VP?
Yeah, but if Flit gets into a fight, grabs one, gets traded, I think Mir becomes invisible. We'll have to see. That's the first kill from Flit. Does he commit to more? Does he just stay alive?
He runs.
Very important for Mir to stay silent. The Q, it's Flit running very loudly, and what does that happen? Woxic is actually on the money.
What a check.
He doesn't get baited by the shot and the steps.
Still winnable. Always is. 15 seconds can Flit to know the plan.
Trying to make this happen. Pushing up now. Xantares plugging in the numbers.
Boy.
But Flit chases him down on the plant, and Woxic brings it down to the 1v1. He's just got
it. He's got it.
No, I don't think he did. But I just
I never get that wrong, and he hit another tag.
It changed to 3 as he was planting.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm heavily disappointed.
Sorry, guys. I let you down.
I know. You cut him with such confidence.
I know. He was so sure.
Yeah.
I'm usually... Harry, admit it.
It's
a rare miss.
I know, but even as you said it, I was thinking, like, I am astonished that he's just said that that's in.
Yeah.
I can see you very quick to sell your Cocaster. That's great.
No, he's right. He's right, though.
He doesn't normally mess it up, and you know that's why.
I'm disappointed in myself.
I don't think I've ever questioned one of you, and that's why I went with it straight away. You know, I got.
It won't happen again. I'll tell you.
Don't worry, it won't.
It won't happen again.
We'll make sure of it.
And Woxic tagged Jame. So another successful round.
Is that where we set the bar now?
Right now at 9-3,
adding
maybe.
something to the ADR?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Okay, now another opening onto Flit. He's really been doing a great job. Now, Jame has been playing that gap area a couple times. There's been no utility being used from the CTs. Finally, the smokes comes down. He's going to have to stop Xantares. Whenever that happens, I'm always kind of intrigued. I want to peek in it. That's the worst idea possible. Just get curious with the smoke. Was it curiosity kill the cat? Gets you immediately.
I don't know what curiosity has with the cat, but it
never
seems to like it.
It's quite aggressive. Why is it so?
All right, 4 on 5 for VP. What you got?
They still have a lot of util to slow this play down. But the fact that they don't have numbers here is the big problem. Jame has kind of alleviated that there with that kill.
Ooh.
Bringing us back into a 4v4. VP are very interested in giving this retake a go.
Yeah, he's saving the molly. He didn't use it when he could have. That means VP want to try and attempt this with the nades. They've got a big flank coming in.
Fame on the backstab. Collects that first one on a Calyx and even feigns the fallback. Major moves in and...
What's he looking at?
This is crazy.
He's booked him.
Still, he's dead. Major plays it well. Even delaying that one for a moment as VP were waiting for the backstab to come in. Now they've got to get a move on. 1 kill to Xantares over at short.
Time, bro.
Woxic
That's the kit.
in.
It's done. Run.
Hits bottom ramp. It's a done deal. Eternal Fire up on a 4.
He's just getting every kill he can, but he can't win the round. That was a kill on the flank.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Wait, I mean, I didn't get a degree in mathematics or finances at all, but VP could have had more than 1 kit. Was it really just solely on Fame when he was rotating? Did we really have 3 players kitless on their way to the side?
Yeah, they had loads of players.
But they could have
everyone had over a grand.
They had everything that was needed.
Only person who didn't was Mir. He was the only one who didn't have money to buy the kit.
So he's the only one we're going to excuse from
Other than that,
situation.
literally anyone else could.
Now Jame just bought a kit.
Yeah, of course you do now.
Oh, that's devastating as well. They got all the kills, 3 on 1, 3 on 2 rather, and no one gets on the bomb. And yeah, kit's too far. That's a nightmare for VP, but Eternal Fire might be a platform into this T side. If they could get 6, it would be salvageable. It would be decent even. Oh, that's a kill? No, Xantares doesn't catch it.
Yeah, Fit has been caught off guard a couple times. Xantares is going to let his aim do the talking here. He's been completely undetected. Look at Fit's crosser position. Xantares has now entered the matrix.
Yeah.
He's in the upside down, and no one is aware. And as he goes, that's the first kill. Can he add another one to the tally? That's nowhere down, and just like that, the A defense falls, but Jame is still here, because as long as he's not in the feed, he's still alive, and he's shining in the gap. And he get another one, he's being aggressive. That's a first sight!
Oh.
And obviously out of his comfort zone. A little bit of it.
It was a nice try, but that's all it will be for VP. The re-aggro all comes off of not knowing Xantares' position. That little slip into sandbags.
Yeah.
And the patience. Man, it pays off.
He took the fights beautifully as well, right? For that double, like the second duel through the top of the sandbags, just a lovely bit of positioning and placement for how he approached that second one. And so Fame saving the FAMAS. This always sucks, man. You wish you could be saving any other gun.
You don't like the FAMAS?
No, I mean, I don't think it's awful, but come on, you got to agree. You'd always rather be getting out with like the big W.
I didn't know we were being so ultimate in our conversation.
You know,
I prefer
I'm just saying, like,
a better gun.
It's the sadder gun to save out of the lot of them.
I will say it might be slightly underrated. I think the FAMAS isn't as bad as the rep it's got.
No, I don't think it's awful. And I've seen FAMASes win rounds. Hell, it used to be one of the most exciting things. You would don the FAMAS and just absolutely shred fools. Yeah, going back a bit there.
It's all right. It just took me for a spin, and I just let memory shine through my brain. Think about the tank. Eternal Fire is having a decent half out of something that could have been a very complicated situation. That's 5. Wicadia once again attempting, but 2 opening kills in about 20 seconds doesn't lure any great auspice for this last round.
Good dodge, but still Fame finds a kill. The nade should
take it
get
like
him
a
right
man.
back. But man, just when you're ready to ride out VP with the low money buy, they put it to the test. And now, a 2-on-3 exam season is upon us. Eternal Fire trying to answer the call, going back to this B bomb site. They've seen this player at Tetris. They know it, presumably. Woxic not priming the Molotov, though, is a little bit scary right now. Maybe they're being baited out. That re-smoke will allow a cross. Norbert gets back to safety. Eternal Fire, questions asked. Will they answer?
What a nightmare of a game for Woxic as well. We haven't exactly seen him miss too many shots, but I feel like his positioning, the spacing he's gotten in some of these moves on sites, he was just never in a position. He had one clutch when he was in the, what's it called? Here, the position, box position to the left, where he could have had an impact, got flashed off the angle. Other than that, he's been just kind of merely following the rhythm, being traded here and there. Nightmarish of a situation.
Splitting, but now they're grouping at 20 seconds. Smoke will get plant. I mean, this is a retake again here for VP. Unless Flit wants to jump through the smoke, I don't think Jame will allow it, and the molly may deny it completely. So Flit's cut off. Good
got
grenade.
The nade at least, right? Damage. But it's not going to be a kill. Just bringing Woxic down even lower.
I can't believe Woxic is going to kill everybody in this clutch and end up his half.
I mean, he has to. He has to. This is what Woxic was made for. This round right now. And he's all that stands, because Calic's going to get caught by a rush.
Oh, God. Oh, dear. Woxic, high sensitivity. That's one thing he's got going for him here. One kill found. Quick pivot back round, but isn't ready for a second out through short. And so Norbert, goated, for real, for real. 10 on the board. VP walks that retake over the line.
Yes.
competition. Seem like they all been missing. Never made a wrong decision. It's got me walking different. I stay gassed up. Please point the opposition.
Two angles, and Twist will remain supreme.
A challenging game for Eternal Fire here on Vertigo. It's their map pick, and VP sit 10 rounds to the good on their defensive half. Things are about to get slow, though, on this T side. Is this everything that Doctor ordered? What's up, Doc?
I thought that was a good one. What's up, Doc? I thought there was a whole lot of frustration from Eternal Fire. I think they probably got baited a little bit into using a whole lot of resources towards the A side and never really found a kill on B, which meant VP knew most likely where the point of attack was going to be, but now we are moving on to the second half. I think EF has done enough to dream. They've done enough to fight. 5 rounds. It could have been much worse. It looked like it was going to be much worse. So they've basically just, what would that be? A B minus? A C plus?
B minus, that's
a
pretty C plus.
I'm not really familiar. We do numbers in Switzerland.
Oh, what numbers?
From 1 to 6.
Is 6 good?
The 6 is the best.
Okay, what did you get?
When? In life?
Yeah.
I did have 5.5 in my master degree.
We're talking about 5.5 out here. Well, Calix, he got a 1 for that one. It's Xantares with maybe a 2, but only taking a single kill, and the Glocks just spam smokes and spam skulls as VP probably find this pistol. Fake out, just in case. Can never be too safe. And over the top goes Major, but alas.
Maybe Wicadia!
Oh.
But he can't control the dual Berettas.
Was that Norbert shouting?
I think it was.
Was that a Norboff, we would call that?
A Norboff?
He Norbed the hell out of that round.
It's Norbin time.
It is Norbin. It's always Norbin time.
Whenever Norbert's in a clutch, you have to write it's Norbin time. I don't make the rules, I just follow them like everyone else.
Just write them down and act on them.
Ooh, and big Norb. He's got the MP7 here.
There we go.
There
Confirmation.
it is. Old Norbo. How many nicknames can we give him? We only need one, the GOAT.
That's just out of control. Absolutely ridiculous.
Disrespecting major winners like this, Maniac. I thought you were better than that.
Why is that?
Respect.
How is that the spin of the story?
Unbelievable.
That I am the one
The
disrespecting
ghoul
him.
on this guy.
You're making fun
and
of this
he
man.
gets a 5.5.
I'm trying to help him out.
I don't believe it. Xantares are dead.
That's the scariest jump check ever. It's like,
Oh,
yep,
dear.
they're wrapped, they're wrapped, they're wrapped. But him and Wicadia are fighting. The Xantares strikes back. And a 5v4 now dawns. Eternal Fire. Control ramp early on.
Return of the Flit as he goes back to spawn. Oh, nice shot. Old Norbert.
Easy for my goat.
Yeah. Zaiwu could never.
I won't.
Norbert, he's
Get
just got
one
that.
with
Oh,
it.
they don't even know how to boost. Come on, boys. They're boosting on the wrong side.
Hang on, they're still
They
pulling
boosted on the
through
wrong
here.
side.
They're pulling through. 4 on 3. They might be able to make it work. Unless Fade. Oh,
what are you
buddy.
doing, baby?
Pulling the bomb. Smoke down.
Oh.
Norbert
He's
can't
back.
do it all as Woxic puts on a show.
Yeah.
And now it's just me. 1v3. And that's where it'll end. Woxic with a late activation here. Right when Eternal Fire needed him. He wakes up.
Huge round from Woxic for sure. Playing that turret position with the 5-7, grabbing 2 kills, and a state of very much discomfort in the first half. Again, we've talked about how much of a nightmare this was for Woxic. Very important for him. That kill right there is worth a whole lot of money. Just it stops VP on track. It stops them in the rhythm they wanted to have. In the execute, the pacing had to be revised because of that Wicadia's entry kill, which I feel like we've been repeating quite a couple times in this game already. Like, he's been finding some of these opening kills more often than not. As far as I'm concerned, I might just be a victim of a confirmation bias, but I feel like he indeed had, what, 4 out of 6 attempts. That's pretty great from Wicadia.
Highest in the server, so
there we go.
Getting it done. The young 18-year-old Eternal Fire. They tried a couple of young talents. They had X-Floud in and out and in and out. And
Major is
in and
obviously
out as
a
well.
young talent as well.
Yes, of course. You know.
I do understand that.
Yeah.
Myself being considered a young talent in that
Another young
regard,
talent.
I would like
you're
to
on the
know.
come up, bro.
I'm hoping for. I think in today's landscape, is Counter-Strike, was it 30 is the new 20? Snappy's having success. Well, Kerrigan maybe did have success. A little bit less right now. Major is here as well. That's what it is.
You'll make it, buddy. You'll make it.
Eventually.
One day. Oh. VP broke. Full broke.
So just a normal round for Norbert.
That's also true. But that's the thing. He gets
No,
done with
of
less.
course, he doesn't even get to upgrade the pistol. He doesn't even get
They're
that
all
level
buying to
of freedom.
1K.
Everyone else
And they're like,
gets
no,
like
but come on, bro.
P250.
You're
He goes to
1800,
buy
man.
one at the start, and James
Why'd you
like,
buy the
Norbert! It's like, did I just see you buy a P2?
You bought
Just start screaming at him.
It's
Where's
like
his
a
back?
protection racket ring where they come to him and be like, it's time to pay up. It's time.
No, but look, we put you back in the server, man. We did. We gave you a one demand. Pay it forward.
protection. Accidents happen.
Would be a shame if you got knifed coming out of spawn, wouldn't it?
James just gave him the flashback. No, bro, you haven't got the PT50. I'm going for it. You can wait.
On the upside, surely Norbert gets to bait here.
No, James gets to bait. Look at James.
Of course he does. Norbert gets to go
He's
first.
entering with
it's
the
actually
flash.
the way better option.
He has the
and of
flash.
course he's found the best position as a result of doing this. Deep up through short, Woxic, even though he's holding for this,
They don't know about
going to
him.
be closer than what they're ready for. If only he had a real gun. He's still trying his best. Actually would have been a 6 spot for a P250. But nothing for Norbert.
Yeah, but the finances, Harry, they just wouldn't allow for it, bro. We just don't
it's a
have the
tough time
money
for everybody,
going
okay? We
into
all
the
have
It was
second
like that
eco
CEO,
round.
you know, like he's coming in, he's saying like, guys, like, man, times are tough right
Have to
now.
make
He's
sacrifices.
he's like taking his bonus out the company, 20 mil into James Bank. Oh, no, but there's nothing left to pay your overtime, but I'm sorry, you know. It's rough out here.
We're like a family, you know. We're like this company.
We're like,
a
this company's like a
family.
family,
So
man. Come on.
please.
And in times of grief, you know, the family must stick together.
Yeah. Oh, Norbert, he drops an AK for Flit. He's got $1 grand. It really is Sanji 2.0. Like we're not even capping.
Might have been part of
Might
the job
actually
description,
be
you know?
like more demanded of him than Sanji.
Yeah,
I feel like
maybe.
I routinely see him just play no gun. Gun for
I
someone
wonder
else.
if this was part of the recruitment process, you know, if this was being very honest and straight up. It's like, listen, you're going to join the team, but it's not going to be great.
Well,
I
he
just need you to
wasn't.
know.
He wasn't doing this, you know, when they won the major, not to the same extent. And he leaves, he comes back, he leaves, he comes back. Maybe that was, you know, part of the re-pick up, you know.
Like, you're going to have to show us that you're committed to this.
Yeah, like, fine. Oh, you want to come
Drop
back?
us the
Fine.
AKs.
Cut off your left finger. Flip though, we'll put that AK to use, and that's the thing.
James just gets a 6th finger surgically attached.
Was it like wasn't it a Yakuza tradition that if you made a mistake, you had to slice off half,
they
you
cut
come
off,
back, present it as an offer to Jame?
That actually, yeah, that's probably what's happened here, if I had to guess.
And, you know, Fame's armor Glock has come in handy once again as he's taken the AK off of Flit. There's methods to the madness. We can laugh, but it's all calculated. It's all part of James' theorem, as we came to discuss yesterday. Eternal Fire, can they solve this mathematical issue? Woxic wants to. He's going to put some numbers on this board. Re-aggro, 20 seconds, doesn't need to commit. They're running B. They're running B with 20 seconds. Are you crazy? Do you even have time for this? I'll be impressed. Wicadia's dropped the bomb,
man. I can't
and
believe
they're absolutely screwed.
No one has. I've not seen anyone deal with VP's like last minute rotate BS like Wicadia just did there. He
That's
was like,
sick,
"Oh, screw
yeah.
it. You guys are gonna try and run. How about this? I'll run with you. I'll run behind
I'll chase you.
I'll shoot you every step of the way. Don't worry, VP."
Yeah, I was wondering on T-side, like, why didn't we have any of these, like, explosive A-ramp hits where Eternal Fire, like, they want to get more tactical, but I would love to see them just disrespect VP in some of these rounds, and that's a great example of it, just chasing the bomb at 19 seconds. Worth noting, VP didn't have B. That was just a panic.
Yeah.
Like, Eternal Fire were there.
He's got the perfect gun for it. I think it's a wise decision from Wicadia.
Yeah.
It's very fun to watch, and we're having a good time. It's entertaining. But with the MP9, you realize that only A or 2 players are equipped with an AK. Just go for it. Like, make that money. You can run and gun as well.
Sorry.
What?
I'm just imagining they've said like, "Well, no, but you did buy that AK last round, man. So you're on the Mac 10, actually."
I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
a
give
poor
you all the
decision.
nades,
But he's got all the utils, so he's got a
Yeah.
very important job in this one, does Norbert?
Yeah. Is what they tell him.
All right, so a bit of a grouping over towards ramp, a push down the B stairs for Eternal Fire on Calyx, and now they free up an extra player to go and take mid, be ready for this A rotate.
And this is what Woxic couldn't do. Woxic couldn't find any opening with the AWP. He put his hand on it a couple times. Jame is now attempting his luck, see if anybody is being a little curious on the Turkish side. It's not the case quite yet. 55 seconds on the clock when VP is finally accessing the A round, so the job has been relatively well done by EF, but they just have 2 smokes to finish the round. It's not the most exotic utility for the CT side.
Mollied out as well. Going to delay them doing their lineup. They have 1 smoke to execute from that sandbag. Flit just left away. Good timing, but you got to run. You got to drop quickly because those wallbangs will come in, and the short split will too. Xantares still deals with it well as Mir attempts that frag. Fame gets spammed. There's a lot of CTs here. In fact, all of them. They've again got them trapped. Calyx is on the big flank right now. Woxic waiting for a cross shot. And there's the MP9 whiffing the shot. 10 seconds. VP are going to die after the clock probably. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. James trying to run, and they will not let him. What on earth was that?
Great round from Eternal Fire. I feel like...
Yep.
How the turntables is what's happening here. This time it's Calyx is already behind him with the MP9. It's everybody from Eternal Fire ready to welcome that A hit from VP, who really doesn't have a punch. By the way, fun story here. The only reason Xantares doesn't get the opening kill while being boosted is because VP's players are flashed from his teammates, and so they back out. He was about to get the entry, but it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. The Molotov towards Gap was well placed, well timed. Xantares could punish the first line of attack, and then after this, the defense had time to kind of reclaim all that real estate on the right-hand side and make sure they contain them. So,
dude, 14 seconds and the bomb is at sandbags and not crossing. There's a smoke down. Eternal Fire just have them booked. VP cooked, and their final timeout. They're in trouble. Clearly, they seem to have a problem right now. And figuring out this T side, it's been 4 in a row for Eternal Fire.
Wicadia is slowly, or I mean, surely having a great map. We're talking what, 20 kills already. South of 100 ADR, 5 opening kills out of 7 attempted. That's 7 multi-kill already. This is great. If that player turned out to be an actual finding for the Turkish side, and you pair him up with like Xantares and Woxic as well, something's maybe happening over there.
We're cooking. We've already said this group is up in the air, right? With out of the remaining teams, Cloud9, VP, Eternal Fire, and Liquid, all those mid-bracket teams. Only a max of 3 of them can actually still make it through. 2 of them, in fact.
I'll let you untangle that web.
2 of them.
I do believe only 2 of the 3 you have mentioned will make it.
2 of the
because
4
we have Complexity
teams.
and G2 already.
And that's not me even including 9 and Limvision, who are down in that last chance. We won't talk about them yet, though. But that's a very scary situation to be in, considering, Eternal Fire could sneak in and steal that playoff spot, perhaps. It would all have to start here with a win over VP.
And I think this is where it will be interesting to study VP's reaction. Because what happened in the first half was that Eternal Fire was almost always 1 step behind VP in terms of chess match and decision making. It started with VP being defensive. EF took a little bit too long. They got punished in late round. And then when they tried to pick up the pace, then Jame was suddenly in their faces on the A side, punishing them. So Major was sort of a step behind. But now Eternal Fire are actually the ones that have put a few rounds back-to-back together. In fact, that's 4 in a row. And we'll have to see how Jame kind of find a solution to this situation. And if he can have, I would say, a diversity that Eternal Fire struggled to have. I think B side was underexploited. Mid timing almost non-existent. We didn't see that in any of the first round in the first half. So this is a solution that VP has to be able to pull out.
Nope. Novitz's away. He's all good. Just dozed off there for a minute. A tireless night of checking the accounts for him.
You think he dreams
How
of
are they
AKs?
making ends meet? You know, he can't figure it out, but I have a hunch. I have a hunch that he's how they're
coming out of his paycheck.
Eternal Fire, though, this comeback is starting to feel well and truly on, and as we get Wicadia back into the server now, tech problems looking to subside. Seems like we're all checked up and ready to go, So Eternal Fire here, one thing I'm excited about, I think we're going to get a lot more of these ramp fights, right? They were kind of absent. I want to, like you were saying, I kind of want to see a little bit of this exploration. I want to see some other areas of the map, man. Give me a mid fight. Give me a mid fight. Let's go. I'm fully keen. I'm down. We only really got to have 1 round where even like mid was remotely considered in the game so far, it feels like. And even then, James somewhat ruined it by being there with the AWP in the first half. So
SMH my head.
let's see. how the game plan changes for Virtus.pro.
We're back though. 10 seconds in freeze time, and Eternal Fire 2 rounds behind. They've got VP on the ropes with an economical.
VP always have some element of threat into the purchases they make. This time around, it's fit with a Galil, and he's got a Kevlar as well to play with. B stairs being solely firmly taken from the get-go. There's one Molotov being used. Some sort of audio cues, or if you're Eternal Fire, you're aware you were able to dish a little bit of damage. Woxic is down there, and this is where Woxic needs to assess and kind of assert his domination with the AWP. He's got a better gun. He's got the long range. There's going to be not a whole lot of flashes. In fact, there's only 1 for VP, so 2 at max. He needs to find a couple kills. He needs to grab that confidence. Of course, that's a miss, as I mentioned it.
And they just take the space. They don't let him re-peek. They get top ramp completely. 2 smokes. I'd like to see a standard execute here from VP. Something a little more normal. They've just got to deal with a gap component. That is Woxic's AWP. Wicadia going aggressive, going ahead of the utility right now. His teammates are pushed back. Wicadia does not relent, and the bomb gets dropped as well. Woxic not even needing to perform in this round. There's still a chance to take a kill out. He will. And Jame, money on his mind. And a Galil in his hand. He's dead. Nice anti-eco, very clean.
That's a whole lot of money in the bank too. A whole lot of money. We have majors currently close to 11,000, 9,000 Zentaris after having purchased a full utility. Woxic's 7.7 thousand as well, and Wicadia, which is arguably the poorest on the team right now, with 3.6 thousand. Unarguably. If you're trying to argue that, I will shut you down. You will be wrong. But then again, it's a matter of perspective. No, it's not.
No.
He's actually the poorest.
Numbers speak for themselves, and right now, well, they don't, I guess, because VP are winning, but are they really winning? Does it feel like VP are winning?
Who really is a winner? But the viewer.
Oh, yeah, get out of there.
Sometimes not taking the fight is the right decision. And Wicadia will get to stay alive
but
a
the
little
best
bit
attack
longer.
is the defense.
Yeah.
Is that the take one on it?
Oh, they are up gap though, and this is sort of being covered, but also it's a little scary. Flit's waiting for over-aggressive move. He knows Wicadia repositioned. Orps are holding off. Woxic hits a big one. Flit doesn't want to tick in the Molotov. Trap between 2. They smoke it as well. Flit with a chance under the smoke. Oh, he saw something there. Not enough for a kill. Wicadia not overstepping, goes back. 21 kills to the young man's name. VP forced into a B execute, but it's too strong. Calix and Major.
Yeah, that's a good read from Major. That's a very good read right there. He's going to probably try to take as much attention from Calix as possible. Calix has 1 smoke, so if he gets mollied, he's going to have to put it down immediately.
Oh, both the mollies rain out over these defenders. Calix back at the site, can't get anything done through the smoke, and so it's clean openers for Fame and Flit. Fame's looking for even more. A 3rd in the round. It leaves it all on Woxic. 1v3 as he moves in with the AWP. Might get offered a fight over here onto the back of quad. Whether or not he's ready for it, that's a different matter. Not even considering it right now is Woxic, and so he should just be a dead man. Finished off by Flit. And so Virtus.pro do not give over the lead. They do not let Eternal Fire tie this game up. They will maintain a little gap between them and Eternal Fire for now.
This round has massive implications for the rest of this game. Massive implications. VP and Jame, for that matter, just have asserted the fact that they can be exec whenever they want against a full defense that is loaded with utility, and they will still make it through. Just psychologically speaking, if you're a major now, whatever happens in the mid-round, whatever happens in the early round, there is going to be that threat of a very normal and regular execute on the B side that did work against you. And James sort of metaphorically opened the door right here that is going to have to be a phantom menace in the mind of his opponent for the rest of this game, because B side has fallen.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Sometimes I just... That's what you guys' job is so cool.
Yeah.
No, I love play around with words and all. Yeah. I always have to be super efficient. I have like 4 seconds to make my point.
Yeah, well, when you have a VP game, you have like 4 hours to make your point. You never run out of time.
It's a thesis, actually.
It's a lot of fun. So you can get all your goofs, all your gaffs in. we have this mid take though. Finally, after 22 rounds of play, someone has remembered that mid does exist, and Calyx has got to stop it. He's not even seen this part of the map. Woxic has Orb in the right place, and Jame trades. They might just take that and run. A 4-on-4, Jame wants more, and it's not every day you see or say that. Looks with this orb to pick. Woxic repositions B, and he turns at the wrong time. I think from his teammate's flash, but Fame was already up, and much as how he tripled entry in the previous round, he'll double up in this one, forcing the save of Eternal Fire and putting VP on victory lane.
Dear. Oh dear, Matthew, you were just saying about how that last round opened up this potential for these B execs to get ran at any point, and that's something that Eternal Fire would have to bear in mind and look to shut down, how that created problems. What with how often this game has been pretty acentric thus far. VP immediately go back to the B play. Now they've done it twice in a row towards the tail end of this game, and Eternal Fire are starting to have some monetary issues as well. Not going to come through in the next round, but could clamp down on them as this game gets to the end. So this is now very, very scary.
This is where, as Major, you have to earn your paycheck as Nigel. Because you are playing a whack-a-mole game right there, where it's almost impossible to come to the natural conclusion of what's going to happen in the next round. It's much easier to do when you win in rounds, because you're kind of dictating the pace and you know where the next point of attack should be. You've just lost back-to-back rounds to a B late exec and a B mid-split. So what do? The obvious first door is reinforce that defense. Does that mean you leave the A side wide open? Does that mean you leave a whole lot of real estate towards the A side? But if you don't want to do that, how many bodies do you send towards here? How many bodies are you ready to send to take A map control when you've known that the door has been completely shut down, or rather not shut down, it's completely bolted out on the B side? So you kind of have to figure that out. And Jame, we know how much of a cerebral player he is. I'm sure he knows in his mind. He's playing with that idea. He's fiddling with Major, knowing now they're very likely going to be a focus towards mid and B. Do I just sell them the idea that I'm going to play the map control over here and then hit the A side? We'll see.
Glorious game.
Norbert had the spawn here. They'll send him in first. Major getting flashed in again. But doesn't get to see anything. No better picture as to what's happening over towards B. Doesn't even know really whether or not they've made it out. That second flash caught him a little bit too much, so Eternal Fire having to keep this double hold over towards B for now.
They cannot abandon it. They cannot abandon the B side anymore. Noise has been made from VP, and now they're slowly taking the A side map control. The smoke is going to fade, and then Hugo, VP have no choice but to back out, or EF rather have no choice but to back out. The real estate's been granted almost for free.
Might see a VPS ground with a bit of a save here. Unless Wicadia can have a big moment, the round rests solely on the 18-year-old shoulders. And with Xantares by his side, at least he's well defended. He's got blocking utility for sure. That's always a problem. Taking a ramp exec without short control, you're going to be pretty constricted on VP. 40 seconds, the read is right for Eternal Fire. The boost comes up, but no one is in within view. Oh, Fame heard something. Maybe they spam. He heard something, all right. Eternal Fire back out. 30 seconds, Norbert gets a pick meanwhile, and they are ready to go. Is that a flank?
That's
it is. He can run back now just to fake it, but they will commit forward. 20 seconds, they've got the space. They should have the plant.
Eternal Fire praying that this spam from Xantares could have been their way back in. And with that not coming through, with these looming economic problems, it might have to just be the save for Eternal Fire. They have to write this one off. I really like that Norbert even commits to the sprint back. Like, even that causes you problems, right? In Major's death cam, he sees him running away. They hear the footstep back over the grate. At that point, Eternal Fire can't even, like, fully commit to bringing their remaining 4 players around to A. And so just really nice, you know, set of protocols once you get that opener if you're VP.
Definitely. This is the tactical checkmate I was talking about. VP started with a very obvious intention to fight and skirmish towards the B side. Major was here to help out his teammate. A couple of flashes into, he tried to get some damage. So VP established presence on B. They go back to the A side. Because Eternal Fire wanted to be a little bit deep in, they had to use utility. If you're only 2 players with rifles on A, you're not going to get away without the smoke. So they smoked a little bit deep. Once these smokes fade, you can't stay anymore. You have to back out. I was even surprised that VP allowed EF to reset and kind of read the situation the right way. But even then, The major flank is a little too quick, punished immediately by Norbert, and easy round number 14 for VP in a very commanding position.
Yeah, they have really worn down Eternal Fire in this map. There's no doubt about it. Now they're starting to up the ante. A flash through the smoke. Flit has great timing, and Santaris doesn't know what he's running into. He finds out the hard way. And a 5-on-4 this early in the round is not even typically in VP's wheelhouse, but they'll rest on it. Wicadia has to save it yet again. He's been the hero of this map, but there's too many targets. He can't find a headshot, only a dink. Flit lives. Trace is observing, we're in trouble. Mir causing problems for Major as they take another frag on the A side, 2v5. And VP looking like map point on their opponent's pick, locked in.
You ever seen Trace so focused?
No, actually no.
That's a sight. It's beautiful.
He's nailing it though.
Ooh, he's showing us that Norbert's even looking for the hunt here.
Norbino.
Move these guns. It's Norbin time.
Yeah.
Norbert only knocks once. You better be there to let him in.
Oh my god, they're all here. They're execing. 3 up ramp and 1 in spawn. It's done. It's in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's screwed. I mean, if they'd saved those 2 guns, you would have had a pretty decent buy here if you're Eternal Fire. They're still going to get to bring big guns out. They're still going to get to have a bit of util, but there are limitations here. You're faced with decisions to make, prioritizing kits versus utility. How highly do you want the firepower when compared to the util? Woxic bringing out the AWP, but that leaves him. No head armor, no kit.
Oh, it's desperate
Good
now.
flash.
That's what this pair looks like. Major just running out with an MP9, trying to take control, being a little bit pushed away. The B hit, immediately applying pressure. Smokes, Molotovs flying out here. That's an elbow being spotted. Zantares out the round. He's going to have to look at this one from the bench.
And of course they stop. They chill.
As one would.
They're smoked out close. They're in no hurry. They've got a 5-on-4. The pressure's on Eternal Fire. VP will up the ante yet again. Re-aggro doesn't see Mir though. Will the kill feed help out as Eternal Fire were caught by Mir in this position? Now he's smoked. Now he's calling it off. And almost Woxic. Almost. But not today. Don't know what James looking for.
VP already have used a bunch of util in that first wave that didn't end up being committed to a round. So you have to hope that your very forward position, Mir, can find a kill after the activation from Flit. He finds Calyx and he stays alive. That's all he's got to do, because this very likely buys time for Mir. Woxic is not ready. The cross replacement is onto Norbert, but Mir is still undetected. When is the time he gets too curious? It looks like it's about to be now. Close quarter fight coming in.
No idea.
How is Mir not getting a kill?
He has. He's got one, and it might just be the end of the round, end of the map, end of Woxic in the 1v2 on the site. He hits another 3 kills for the Turkish Orb. And now a 1v1 v the captain, v the Time Lord, v the accountant.
He saw him.
Jame cashing checks again.
He knows.
And breaking necks as he finds 16 rounds for Virtus.pro. You cannot get comfortable against this team, and the Orb steps up in the clutch. That's Eternal Fire's map pick in the bin, and we go to Inferno next.